When you work with a mentee, you're also working with their family and the adults who support them, which may, for some mentees, include an employer. First, we'll talk about helping mentees bridge gaps with families and supportive adults. We'll also talk about bridging gaps with school and the workplace. A mentee may not know how to begin a conversation with their family, and sometimes a family member may need help to find a way to support your mentee. You can help both sides by being a bit of a bridge. By listening to both the mentee and their supportive adults, you can understand both perspectives and see ways for everyone to connect. Share your problem-solving approaches, your listening and mentoring skills with family members to help them create an environment where their young person can communicate openly. Provide mentees with role-playing opportunities or sentence starters to begin conversations with their family. Through your regular conversations with your mentee's family, you may see an opportunity for them to provide additional support for your mentee. Some common ways families can support their mentee include providing a quiet spot where homework can be worked on, encouraging regular bedtimes and reminding mentees to set alarms, asking your mentee how things are going at school or work, and being a cheerleader and celebrating successes. Make sure you are having regular conversations with family to keep them in the loop. Keep the focus on your mentee's progress and their behavior. Be friendly and supportive. I brought a friend to one of the large libraries in Toronto. It was their first visit. As they looked around in amazement, they said, "I've walked past this entrance a million times and I had no idea there was so much available here." It can be like that for your mentee and their school. They have no idea of the resources and supports available to them. They may have no idea of the resources and supports available to them. They may not speak to teachers outside of scheduled class time or know their guidance counselor. At work, they may not understand the organizational structure or the training and resources available to them, and they may not understand that they have rights at work. When we struggle with things, sometimes we step back and disconnect. We don't feel comfortable seeking help or asking questions. We struggle in silence, not a comfortable feeling. In your meetings with your mentee, you can ask questions to determine if they have open lines of communication with staff and teachers at their school, if they know who their supervisor is at work, and if they know of any other managers. Teachers and staff want to help, but may wait for a mentee to make the first move, like asking for extra help or more time on an assignment. Your mentee may not feel confident talking to teachers outside of class. Most schools offer a variety of extracurricular programs. These can be a great way for mentees to find their village. Schools, even a small one, can feel overwhelming. Where does your mentee fit in? It's like moving to a really large city. You feel isolated and alone. You find your village, people with similar interests or people whose company you enjoy, and suddenly you or your mentee aren't by themselves. At work, a supervisor may be hands-on and check in with a new employee. They may be attentive to making space for questions during team meetings. Or they may be very hands-off, someone who waits for someone to bring questions or problems to their attention. It can take more time to feel part of the team in the workplace. Ask if your mentee has observed how others behave, and encourage them to try to speak up when they have a question or concern. Who do people talk to when they have a question or problem at work? It's common in many workplaces to have your questions answered by a colleague. It's also common to receive feedback from a colleague and not just a supervisor. If you need to, refer back to Module 5 to help your mentee feel comfortable with the Canadian way that feedback is provided in many workplaces.